Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. You know, it's funny, in the practice of mediumship, and please understand that there are different practices in mediumship. There's mediumship that lets you communicate to higher vibrational beings. We can talk to God or Jesus or many of the other deities and other highly intelligent species that are not in physical dimensional time. And then there's also the beings that are low vibrational. So in mediumship, you can connect to high vibrational beings and low vibrational beings. And it's important you understand that you can choose. But I'm lying in bed this morning, and the group that I channel quite regularly called The Ascended came in and said, it's time to talk about simple human rules. Everybody seems to think that there's no rules, that you get to make your own rules up. And believe me, you can make your own rules up about life. But what the Ascended said this morning, you can make your own rules up, but if those rules go contrary to the laws of your body or the laws of your mind or the laws of your soul, you're going to run into problems. Simple human rules. These are the simple human rules they gave me to share with you this morning. And it's the closest thing to a working manual you'll get for how to govern the way you live in this world. It's the simplest. I mean, the 10 Commandments and many other religious and theological orders will have their rules. But these are rules that are immediate to every single person. They're not abstract. They're right to the point. But there's three primary areas: nutrition, movement, recuperation, and recreation. Those four functions are what you need to look at in order to raise your vibration up. If you're in violation of those four in any way, shape, or form, as if you don't give your body enough proper food, if you don't give your body the proper exercise, if you don't go out and have fun, if you don't get proper rest, those four foundational things, if you do not do them correctly, your body will suffer. Your mind will suffer. Those four things. So nutrition is about putting substances in the body, foods that are going to raise the vibration or add more life to your body. There are foods such as cooked, boiled products, packaged products. There's many foods that don't have any life in them. They simply have a nutritional energy, but no life. Food without life is dead. It's really simple. Food without life is dead. And your body is a living organism. Therefore, it needs more life in it. Now, there are bodies that we've talked about on this program before, that there are bodies that are omnivorous. You might have an omnivorous body. You might have a vegetarian body. You might have a meat-eating body. You might have a fruitarian body. You might have an omnivorous body. Whatever your body type is, you have to honor and respect it. You have to know what that body type is. So different types of food that are alive, fruits, vegetables, those are all foods that are living. They're living, live foods. Fruit, vegetable, your body needs living, live food as often as it can have it. Unless, of course, you got a body type that is a meat eater, in which case meat will be the thing that lifts your body up. There are many animals in the animal kingdom that are meat eaters, and there's many animals in the animal kingdom that are vegetarians. In fact, some of the largest animals in the animal kingdom are primarily vegetarians. So these four simple areas: nutrition, right? Putting the right things in your body; movement, making certain that your body gets moved properly. Every single part of your body is designed to move. Every part of your body needs to move regularly and consistently. Every part, fingers, toes, they need to move in very specific ways. Every single joint has a part that needs to move. And most people get into patterns and habits of living that most of your body doesn't get moved properly. And so you have nutrition things that don't get distributed properly because of a lack of improper movement in your body, and you start to cause the body to degrade. So nutrition is number one. I recommend putting more live food in your body than putting in packaged or dead food in your body. The more life you put in your body, the more life you'll have in your body. Again, this is a subject that we will introduce you to in our masterclass, 101 Awakening, where you will get the experience of trying out, test running a different way of eating, a different lifestyle of eating to change the vibration of your body from a low frequency to a higher frequency. That's the reason you want to put the right nutrition, is to raise the vibration of your body. We started this out with mediumship, and that everybody can be a medium and everybody is a medium. It's just that most people's ability to utilize that skill is undeveloped, or you're completely unaware it even exists. But every time you sit down by yourself and you're wondering about something, who are you wondering that with? When you're thinking about a problem you have, who are you communicating to? And where do your answers come from? So nutrition, look at what you're eating, because if your body is unhealthy from what you're eating, you need to change what you're eating and restore life in your body by putting the proper things your body needs. And again, I'm not advocating, because this has been a recent development in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm not advocating that you have to eat one way or another, but you must learn to find out what foods are actually compatible with your body. Because you might have a vegetarian body and you're eating the wrong foods. You might have a meat-eating body and you're eating the wrong foods. You could need to eat a variety of foods and you're not doing that. So nutrition becomes the foundation for what you can make vibrationally your body function at. The higher the vibrational food, the more life the food has in it, the more compatible it is with your body. And by compatible, I mean it doesn't just taste good, because you look at processed sugar, it will destroy your body if you eat too much of it. And it will have a detrimental effects, as alcohol will do the same thing too. But nutrition, watch what you put in your body. These are simple human rules they told me to talk about this morning, so that's what I'm doing. Hi, welcome, and thank you. Thank you so much. This function of nutrition won't take you long. Just because something tastes good doesn't mean it is good. And yet there's so much competitive advertising out there to seduce so many people into buying things that are destructive. I mean, when I was a kid, you used to hear commercials like "things go better with Coke," and your brain thinks, "Oh, Coke, things go better," and your brain unconsciously associates. Now you got people drinking Coke because of that song. Or 967, if anybody knows the old pizza commercial, 967, 1111, right? Again, your mind gets programmed by external stimuli to be predisposed to eat certain ways, and that happens through your childhood. But nutrition is primarily the foundation for your body. The next thing for you in terms of simple human rules is movement. Your body needs movement. Every finger, every toe, every nerve, every joint, every ligament, every tendon in the body needs to be moved. Very few people do that. You get people that live in patterns of being every day. They get up at such and such a time. They go to this place. They do this thing. They have really well-structured life, but the whole body doesn't get exercised. It doesn't get used. So vertebrae get seized up. Muscles around the back tighten because they're not being used. You got to stretch them out. So the second simple rule for humans is the law of movement, or the ability to move your body every day, every part of the body, every which way it can. Even your eyes are designed to move. Your eyes aren't meant to be stationary like this all the time. Even your eyes are meant to rotate and move. And most people don't do that. What do you think happens to the muscles in the eye if it's not being used properly? Well, certain muscles, you get used to looking at life a certain way, just the physical world. Then your eyes will get trained to only look and work a certain way. So you have to willingly move and make certain and take care of all the eye muscles and make sure you exercise them a little bit every day. Every part of the body, ears, right? Face, nose, hands, shoulders, back, toes, knees, every part of your body is designed to move. So that's simple rule number 2, which is movement. So nutrition, which is what you eat, put more life in your body than death in your body. Evaluate what foods are actually good and compatible for your body. Because your body has a chemistry like nobody else. Your body is unique and distinct from every other body on this planet. Although there are certain general similarities, your body energetically is unique, because your soul is a unique soul. So the needs of your body in relation to your soul will be different. Nutrition, movement, and the next thing is recreation, playtime. Do you play? Do you go out and play? Do you go out and play horseshoes? Do you go for hikes? Do you go for walks? What do you do for play? Do you dance? Do you run? Do you cycle? you play a sport, the body needs to have fun. It needs to play and do things that are good for it. So recreation is simple rule number 3. And you can find out the things that your body likes to do. Your body might like skiing. Your body might like weightlifting. The body might like a lot of different things. But you need to learn to evaluate what sort of activities, recreationally speaking, does your body enjoy? Does it enjoy gymnastics? Does it enjoy long-term walking? Does it enjoy going out and doing paint gun things? You need to figure out what your unique body likes to do in the terms of fun and going out and playing. That's simple rule number 3. And again, these are things that we will go into great detail with during Masterclass 101, so you can start to apply and you'll be given a dietary program to follow for the 3 weeks. So you'll get foundational experience with what your body does or does not like, because it's not that difficult to figure out. If your body is sick or is tired and weak, there is something in violation. So the last rule for the body we're going to cover today, this is the only 4 they wanted to cover today. There are other rules for laws of your being. We'll get into that another time. And the 4th one is recuperation. So you get up, you eat properly, you go out and you exercise, or you do your movement every day, yoga, whatever it is you choose to do. And you're doing that every day. And then you've got your recreation, you're finding with that things you can play and have fun doing, and you do those every day. Enough of each one so the body feels good. And then last thing is recuperation. The body needs time to regenerate. And the time the body generally regenerates is between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. That's generally the body's best time for regeneration. However, that being said, that is not the only way you can regenerate your body. Another way you can regenerate and restore your body is through a practice called meditation, where you teach your mind and you teach your body to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive to your awareness. And you can literally initiate changes in the energy systems of the body and improve your health. Through meditation, you can regenerate the body as equally well in meditation, if not even better sometimes, than you can putting your body to sleep and letting the natural organic process of sleep restore the body. Whereas in meditation, you can intentionally move your awareness into a nerve or into an organ. Just like my awareness is moving in my hand right now, right? My awareness is moving through the mouth right now. The awareness is moving in the shoulders right now. Your awareness can move through your body in many, many different ways. And in meditation, unlike sleep, you can go deliberately in and stay conscious and aware of how nerves, organs, and glands respond and react to different stimuli, thoughts, emotions, and food. If through meditation, you can become so attuned to your body that you'll always know what it needs. You'll know that if somebody gives you something to drink and you drink it, you'll know immediately if it's good for your body or not. You can learn to become so sensitive to what your body needs that you'll never put anything bad in it again. You just won't do it once you understand how good the body feels when it's treated correctly. Now, these are 4 primary simple rules for humans to follow: proper nutrition, proper movement, right? Proper recreation, and proper recuperation. And I would add at the back end there meditation. But meditation for me supersedes the function of sleep in terms of restoring your body. And we've seen this in our master classes where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the 3 weeks, in addition to the work with the other mediums and that you'll be encountering, the function during those 3 weeks of meditation is 1 hour of a discussion, a channeled message from an ascended master, a lesson, so to speak, and then a function of meditation where you're guided on a meditation, which you'll have to experience it to know, but you'll be fundamentally and foundationally changed. And I cannot tell you how many times we've had people come to the course who were never able to meditate. They were never able to concentrate. Their mind would run on. They couldn't get that. And literally within the first few days of the course, usually by the end of the first week, people are not only connecting to their guides and angels, people are also feeling their health being restored mentally and emotionally and physically. Because once you start to give the body and the mind different functional resources and information, they'll go through a profound change. Your mind and your body are designed to be your servants. Your mind and body are not designed to be your masters. You need to understand this. Your mind and your body are meant to be your servants, not your masters. And there's no unnecessary level of complexity to elevating the vibrational frequency of your body and your mind is very important at this time. There's a lot of confusion because of a deviation from the rules that are easy to follow for so many of you. Do not even understand the simple things of what you shall eat. You are what you eat, as you know now understand. You become, your body becomes what you put into it. And the same is true for your mind. If you put anger and fear and guilt and shame in your mind, then you're going to feel painful, frustrated, annoyed, depressed, anxious. And yet your mind is not designed to be a slave. You're not designed to be a slave to your mind. You're designed to be able to run your mind. Now, we are only covering the foundational simple rules about managing the foundation of your physical existence in this dimension. There are things that you know that you should not eat, and there are things that you know that you should eat. So who is making you not eat what you should and eat what you shouldn't? What is the influence behind that? And we will tell you quite simply, many of you are manipulated into what you shall eat and what you shall drink. If you turn your simple communications and entertainment devices on, you'll find many examples of how certain individuals want you to buy this and come here and do this. Many people are caught up in the manipulation of what you call your marketing and advertising systems that manipulate many of you into unnecessary suffering, but there are a few that gain great benefit from their suffering. So it's important you understand that these 4 rules, if you begin to pay attention to what you do with your body in the form of nutrition, movement, recreation, and recuperation, you can restore your body very quickly. And we would add to that quite simply the actual function of meditation. The actual function of meditation can literally transcend years and lifetimes of effects upon your body. You can literally transcend through meditation years of effects upon your mind and body. Meditation is not a difficult or a complex process to understand or apply. Once you understand the simple foundations of how to use the function of your body, and additionally the function of your mind, for you are designed to be able to use them, not be subjugated by them. Many of you think you have emotions and thoughts that you cannot control, and we would say to you, that is absolutely not true. You're just choosing to not understand that you can control them, or that you've been even taught that you can, because most of you have been raised in systems of learning that simply say listen and obey. You were told, many of you, listen to what we say and then repeat back to us what you heard us say, so you only know what we tell you to say or think or believe. Many of you do not question what you're being told to believe. But we want to give you very simple rules to begin the process of your awakening. This great awakening is happening on this planet right now. You can remain asleep if you wish. You can remain asleep if you wish. You can indulge deeper in your suffering if you wish. It is, after all, a will that you have is free. So you are free to choose that which is good for you, and you are free to choose that which is not good for you. But consider those 4 simple considerations. What you eat, how you move, how you play, and how you recuperate. For your body, that is the foundation. That is what sets up the biological vibration and even restores the biological vibration. If you eat, play, sleep, and recreate properly, you will find that your body can restore itself to a very great extent. If you add meditation on that, you can accelerate the healing process 100-fold. The function of meditation will accelerate the healing process 100-fold, as in meditation, you can retrain your mind and body very, very rapidly. Now, what this ultimately leads to is awakening your ability to communicate to higher vibrational beings. The reason you have so much darkness in areas of your societies today is because there are those who are influenced more on the negative spectrum of fear and hate. And what you're literally watching is a war upon the planet between love and fear. And it's only a war from the perspective of fear, but there are calamitous effects that come about from the vibrational function of fear, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, as there are wonderful effects that come about into your life with the functions of love and how you would apply love in your life, as love organizes your experiences very, very, very differently. So you want to understand this is your turn to awaken. Do not waste any time if you've never been taught what to think and that you've just been given your thoughts. As most of you have been given your thoughts, very few individuals in this world have what you call original thought. And those that do have original thought have the ability to step outside of what they've been taught to gain access to the realm of the quantum informational field and to pull in new information. In other words, they are mediums. Those that can pull in new ideas, new considerations, whether it comes from God or ascended masters or previous incarnations of humans that have done remarkable things, you can communicate to all of them. And that from that perspective, where you were able to access realms of information outside of what you know, you can assert a great change and influence over your, not only your own personalized individual world, but your entire world. Your human collective unconsciousness is a very powerful system of energy. Your human collective emotional unconscious energy is asserting great influence not only upon your societies, but upon your planet, and indeed the interplay between your planetary bodies in the solar system, and even beyond to a less pronounced effect. But do understand that you're orchestrating environmental changes by your thoughts and your emotions, as your thoughts and your emotions will drive the function of every single human being in this world. And there's no human being that is not subjective in some degree or form to thoughts and emotions. And when you learn to assume authority over your thoughts and emotions, there's very different things that you can do in this world. But the rules of life are very, very simple. Now, we are only discussing the first level, which is how to restore the vitality and raise the frequency of your body. This is a thing that everyone must learn to do, and you must choose to do it. It will not happen on its own. Your life will not improve itself on its own. You must act and think and be according to that which is in your mind the highest possible expression of yourself. Now, we have not even begun to consider what will happen if you understand the relationship between your mind and body, which again, most people do not. But everyone bears the effects and results of the relationship between your mind and body. There are no exceptions. Not one of you on this planet can escape the effects of the relationship between your mind and body. But you can awaken yourself sufficiently that you can learn to discern yourself from your mind and body, so that you can begin to operate the system with a few simple rules, so that you're no longer governed and controlled and manipulated by the uncontrolled impulses of others or the environment around you that would seek to influence you into its image and likeness, rather than restoring yourself to your own image and likeness, which is not that difficult a thing to do. Many of you may have been suffering for many years, or maybe very few years, but you can restore the vibration of your body, your mind, and your soul very quickly. When your soul awakens, you gain access not just to the things of the world, but you open up to the realms of the divine, the spirit. You have a body, mind, and a soul. And these three are designed to coordinate in the function of creation in this physical dimension. Each one has its unique vibration, and each one affects the other. The hierarchical structure of your soul over your mind and over your body is well documented. The hierarchical structure of your mind over your body is well documented. So your body and your mind are designed to be subjective to your soul. They're designed that way. It's made that way so that you can operate, make changes in the system. Your soul is the part that can observe your thoughts. Your soul is the part that can be aware of emotions. Your soul is the part that directs the magic of energy moving through the system. You are not your mind, you are not your body, you are the soul. But the soul must understand the distinction between itself, its thoughts, its emotions, and its body. thereby empowering you with the ability to shift and change whatever goes on in your mind so that it is more favorable to you. So I'm going to reiterate again the 4 simple human rules, right? The first one is nutrition. You need to really understand what your body needs. As was said earlier, and again, I'll be paraphrasing some of what was said, your body may be one of several different types of body: meat eater, omnivorous, vegetarian, fructarian, even breatharian, but we're not going to get into breatharian because that's really a very small niche, although it's a very powerful niche. You wouldn't believe how much time breatharians have to do things because they don't eat. Breatharians do not eat food. They drink water and they draw in prana. So breatharians can change their lifestyle very quickly and have a lot more life and live a lot longer too, if you understand how to do that. Hi, good morning. So nutrition, what you put in your body, changes the vibration of your body. And yes, you can change if you've got detrimental effects on your body from chemical toxicity, from emotional toxicity. As an awakened individual, you can change your thoughts and you can change your emotions and you can change your biological structure. Even the act of smiling, right? If you smile, just the act of smiling, you initiate a chemical change in your body that begins correction. Just the act of smiling. And if you get deeply into that smile, it starts to cause effects in your body. And there's simple things that you'll learn in the process. So that's number 1 consideration, nutrition. Number 2 is recreation. Make time every day to have some fun. Movement, make certain you move your body. Every part of your body is designed to move every which way, every way, every muscle, every nerve, wrists, elbows, every joint, every ligament, every tendon, everything in your body. Even the rib cage is designed to move. Every part of your body, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidney. Movement is life for the body. So keep those 3 in mind: nutrition, movement, recreation, and equally important is recuperation. That is the time you give your body to regenerate and rejuvenate naturally and organically. And then last but not least, I think it's the most important, actually, meditation, which I don't want to go into too much detail about the simplicity of meditation, how it can restore your soul to the rightful place of authority and autonomy over your mind and body. You were never meant to be subjective to your mind and body. You were meant to be able to operate your mind and body, but you become subjective, many of you, because you've been trained by an educational system globally that gives you information, demands that you evaluate that information so that you pass a standard that's been approved of for you. And so you're conditioned or programmed to believe what you've been taught to believe, but that may or may not be true. And if it remains unquestioned, you could be living a life of untruthfulness. And what meditation will do, it will basically put you into a position where your mind and body will surrender to you. Imagine waking up in the morning and going into the bathroom and you smile because you're really happy to see the body again. The body is the only thing that lets us be in this dimension. Without a physical body, you can't interact with this physical dimension the way we do. If you're a soul or a spirit, you can still interact with the physical dimension in a slightly different way. Someone like Master Jesus can literally manifest himself in form before you, as can many other ascended masters if they were to choose to do that. But as a soul, you're designed to operate your mind, you're designed to operate your body optimally. But most people are not taught to do that. In Masterclass 101, again, we're only giving you small snippets of it because we want you to have some understanding from your own perspective of what to expect. And this will go on for 3 weeks. So you'll be coming live from Sunday to Friday, once a day, 2 hours on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 hour on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. You'll be 1 hour. And that'll go on for 3 weeks. We'll be doing practices with different students. You'll be working on opening up what we call the clairs, because when your mind and body are put aside, you open up your spiritual faculties. And your spiritual faculties are clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. Because as a body, as a biological entity, you have 5 senses. And those 5 senses are sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. As a spiritual entity, as a soul, you will also have several faculties. And the 5 physical senses let you comprehend the physical world. And your spiritual senses, which are clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, allow you to comprehend the spiritual or the invisible world. Most people only operate with their physical senses and are disconnected from their spiritual senses, which from where you can pull new information in. You can see, hear, feel, and know information beyond the 5 physical senses. And ultimately, that's the best definition for mediumship, is one who's able to access realms of information that are not perceivable to the physical spectrum of the senses, but is indeed available to you as a sentient soul in a non-physical dimension of perception. In other words, you can see your guides, you can hear your guides, you can tune into your loved ones. There's different things that you can learn to do. You can train your awareness to do that the body cannot do. The body cannot see beyond a certain visual spectrum unless it's trained to do so. The ears cannot hear past a certain sound spectrum unless they're trained to do so. The body can't feel past a certain spectrum of sensation unless it's trained to do so. Like you can train the body to do extreme things like firewalking, cold ice immersions, piercings, make your skin into steel. There's different things that you can train the body to do that would not normally do. But that requires that your soul is awakened sufficiently enough to assert an influence over your mind and body to establish such beliefs that would allow you to do what appears to the average person as the impossible, like firewalking. Most people can't walk across a 12-foot bed of burning hot coals without burning their feet because they've got to believe. In awakening, you become aware of what your beliefs are, and you learn how to change them. When you start to change your beliefs, you start to change your vibration. When you change your vibration, your world starts to change around you. And we can see in the world today all the greed and all the different negative functions of humanity that have emerged in the last 2,000 years since the murder of Jesus have led to this place that we're in as a species, where we got war, social upheaval, confusion, religions colliding, philosophies in collision with each other as well. And yet, fundamentally, humans are not their religions. Humans are divine entities that have been, we've been sent here. But you're not your thoughts, you're not your memories, you're not your emotions, you're a soul. When humans start to remember that they're a soul that came into a physical dimension to learn the practice of creation, we're going to start looking at, what am I here to do? What is my purpose? And a lot of people are, and most people can't find their purpose, not because it doesn't exist. You can't find your purpose because you've been trained to focus on so much other stuff that you haven't taken the time to stop or deeply reflect on, what do you love doing? Why would you be here? What are the things that excite you? You've been given an indoctrination that prevents you from evaluating why you came here. You think you came here because you're just in a body. Most people don't even know they are not their body. You have a body. Most people don't know they're not their thoughts. We want you to wake up. Again, we're just giving a general, simple overview of what you will expect to learn. You will learn to connect to your guides and angels. You'll learn to take command and control over your emotions, your thoughts, and how your memories affect you. You'll learn how to begin. You can begin to learn to change the vibration of your body by altering what you put into it. The goal is to raise the energy of your body, raise the energy of your mind, and raise the energy of your soul, so that you're properly articulating acts of creation as a direct result of what you are as a spiritual entity. And when you start to raise the vibration of your body, these demonic forces, like people get angry for no reason. There are many demonic possessions going on the planet today, many, many, many. And there's also awakening going on with many, many people. I'm told there's 2 billion people. 7 years ago it was 1 billion. Now there's 2 billion people waking up right now. 2 billion people waking up and trying to figure out, what the hell am I here for? What's going on? And all these new systems of learning and teaching are now coming out to facilitate providing the knowledge and information that people need to liberate themselves from being slaves to the world, so that you can come back and work as a creative individual instead of a drone to the planet. Anyway, the function of your consciousness is under your dominion and authority. When you realize that, if you don't know how to change your mind, if you don't know how to change your emotions, then you're stuck. You're going to be stuck with what you've been taught to think, feel, and believe, and believing that's all you know. Most people have been taught to believe what they know, and they don't believe anything else. They don't even evaluate anything else. In fact, many people are terrified of the truth. Many people have thoughts they don't even know where they came from. I cannot tell you how many people I meet that say something, and you question, they get really upset and angry at you because they don't have an answer. The only answer they have is the one they've been told to give, but they don't understand the truth of their answer. Very few people are evaluating, is this true? Is this really true? People aren't evaluating, and that creates confusion. Anyway, let's do some questions and answers. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Lauren. Bridget, I did get your questions, and I will be giving you the answers today as well. Everybody on my Patreon, you will be receiving the information for tomorrow night's Patreon at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody's on social media that wants to join that, go to patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. We have 2 tiers in our Patreon. Each tier is a slightly different process. Tier one is we do a channel message for about 30 minutes, and then we do a guided meditation for 30 minutes. And we do that for 1 tier, and then we do that twice for those who pay for tier 2. And it's pretty amazing. Anyway, you did not come here to suffer. You came into this world to learn to create. You came here to learn to create, not to be a drone, not to be in misery, not to be sad, to know your power and your potential as a divine entity. You know, God made you in his image and likeness, all-knowing, all-powerful, and ever-present, and you know so little of that. We all know so little. I know very little too. I know nothing. But that function of your divinity, once asserted over your mind and body, you will then take command and control of your life again, instead of letting the world, your teachers, your educators, the people that are misleading you with their illusions and delusions, right? But anyway, I was saying demonic possessions. They tell me demonic possessions are beginning to diminish, and the people awakening are beginning to increase. Like I said, 7 years ago, there was 1 billion people awakening. Now there's 2 billion people awakening, going, wait, what? Something's not right here. And you realize now that for the last 2,000 years, they've been poisoning, torturing, enslaving most of humanity for the sake of power, control, greed, and other things that we won't get into today. But I hope you've enjoyed the communication on the 4 simple rules. I'm going to repeat them again. Their nutrition is number 1. Movement is number 2. Recreation is number 3, and recuperation is number 4. Those 4 fundamental rules will what can raise or lower the vibration of your body if you're eating properly, the high vibrational foods. And again, we've discussed that there are different body types in this world. There are meat eaters that do really well eating meat. Their bodies need that. Just like in the animal kingdom, there's meat eaters, and there's people that need fresh fruit and vegetables. They like live food, and there's vegetarians and fruitarians and many different types of eating styles to improve your body. Those are 4 simple rules that you can begin to live by, applying those. And again, we're only giving you a little bit. We just don't have the time to go into great detail about what the Ascended Masters teach on nutrition and movement and recreation. And once you understand the simplicity of it, your health will improve very quickly, by the way. And then the other facet of Masterclass 101 Awakening is evaluating your mind and learning how to connect to your guides and angels. How do you begin to operate your mind? Yes, we won't. They're saying we're not going to get into that today. We'll save a discussion on what you need to know about your mind, so that you can no longer be subjective to the mind, and that your mind will no longer be subjective to the dark forces that are trying to rule this planet right now. Like I said, there's 2 billion people awakening, and these dark ones that have been propagating all kinds of deviation and destruction on the planet, they're literally being removed from the system. They're literally being removed from the system in a benign way, in a proper, normal, benign way, not in a malignant way, because getting rid of beings that are evil in an evil way would make you know better than them. No, it has to be done with love and grace, truth, wisdom, and knowledge, and it is in a profound way. Got people like Charlie Kirk and Tucker Carlson, many others like that. I think Walsh, yes, and many others. Tim Cass, many others that are using reason, logic, intuition, and intelligence to share information with people that gives you the opportunity to raise your vibration up. So you want to look for any place that can help you raise your vibration up. Hi, good morning, Johnny. Good to be here with you finally. Glad you made it. Hello, Lisa. Lauren, good morning. Good morning. Hi, Pamela. Good morning, William. I am still not feeling well. What is going on in my body. Um, yeah, there are. I don't know if you're doing any light duty exercise, Pamela. Even if you get 2-pound weights and you begin a process of gently exercising the deeper layers of muscle in your body, that's what I'm being told. You need to exercise the deeper layers of muscle in your body. And you can do that without stress, like just movement. Yoga would be a good consideration for you, Pamela, to go into something that teaches you how to utilize every part of the body. Because if a part of the body is ignored, it will degrade. If a part of your body is not used, it will begin to degrade. And every part of the human body is designed to move. Your nerves, your organs, your glands, the body is not designed to be stagnant. It's designed to be vital and dynamic, right? And when it's vital and dynamic, it's got more movement, it's got more life to it. So movement's really important. I'm being told the deeper layers of muscle. And there's different ways you can move the deeper layer muscles, like wiggling the body all around and just deliberately stretching all the muscles, internal, external. You can do them all. Every part of the human body needs to move. Movement is life. So you need to work on those deeper layer muscles. That's what I'm being told. Hello. Yes, thank you for following. Thank you for joining and welcome. Hello from Northern Carolina. Let me know where you're from. Northern Carolina, where else? Question from, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, An Duong. Hi, William. I'm new to the channel. I just lost my job and want to go back to school, but not sure what I want to pursue. Do you have any, hang on, let me see if I put this question up here so I can see it. There we go. Any career advice, that options I can look into? Yes. Again, what a lot of people do when you are faced with the change in life, because you've called this for, they're telling me that you called this change forth in your life. You called this change forth in your life. So get excited because you've called forth a new opportunity. Make a decision right now. I'm open to receiving my new opportunity, even if I don't know what it is. Write that down. I'm open to receiving my new opportunity, even if I don't know what it is. And let yourself feel the energy of those words. Feel the energy of those words and go deeply into that. Secondarily, there's more than 2 opportunities that are going to be placed before you. You need to choose them both. Don't just choose one or the other. What people tend to do is they split their mind's power by going, do I do this or do I do this? But the vibration of the word or divides your mind, whereas the vibration of the word and unites your mind. So instead of doing, should I do this or this, do this and this. Feel the energy of that. Feel the energy of, do I do this and this, or do I do this or this? Feel the difference between and or. Feel the vibration. Once you understand that the vibration of words can be very powerful in helping you to bring into fruition the things you want to manufacture as your experience while you're in this physical dimension. But thank you for that consideration. Yes. Do both of them. They're coming. Yes. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll leave that. Question from Drusilla. How do I know which body I have, what to eat? Listen to it. With every food you eat, you should know anytime you eat a meal, usually within 45 minutes, your body's going to tell you if this meal was good for you. Usually within 45 minutes of a meal or eating anything, your body will tell you if it's good for you. For example, let's say you go out and you buy a scoop of ice cream. And you know it's not good for you, but you like the taste of the ice cream. But you get it and you taste the ice cream and you eat the ice cream. And half an hour later, you're suddenly feeling, oh, so tired. Well, that's telling you that the body, from that type of food, its energy goes down. And now it's got a lot of internal resources have to be used to process. That's when the body gets sleepy, because resources go to manage the dump of the sugar that you've put in the body. Now the body has to deal with that. So usually within 40 to 45 minutes, you'll know if what you've eaten is beneficent for your body. Like before I came live, I ate 4 tangerines. I felt my energy go up in the body. So you want to put things in the body that are going to give it more life. I recommend anyway. But you experiment. You could be a diehard meat eater. You could be omnivorous. You need to identify a number of different things that your body needs to eat. You might need to eat vegetables more often than fruits. It might need to eat meat more often than vegetables, or in different portions. But you get to define that by paying attention to your body. Your body cannot lie to you. Your body is incapable of lying to you. It will always tell you the truth. If there's something not feeling good in the body, it's because there's something not good going into the body, or being done to the body, or being done with the body. It's really simple. The body cannot lie to you. It will always tell you the truth, right? If you're not feeling good, it's because the body is telling you at the level of its language what's going on at the level it can. And yeah, we get into great detail about the body, where we articulate what the different types of foods are. We give you an opportunity to explore. You'll be provided with a nutritional opportunity from our one of our instructors, Rita Mustafa, who works with individuals in the group and will help you identify and recognize what are the things you can do to raise the vibration of your body. What type of foods are most conducive to that? And Rita's got over 20 years of nutritional expertise at her disposal, so you'll learn a great deal from her. And additionally, you've got Desiree and Mary, who are our spiritual mediums that will work with you as well in your live events. So you'll be going from Sunday, and Desiree, of course, you'll be going from Sunday to Friday for 3 weeks, at least an hour a day. It'll be a live event. It'll be recorded. It's put up on a group wall, so you'll never miss a lesson. Even if you miss a lesson through that third week, throughout those 3 weeks, you can easily go back to the private group wall and rewatch all of the lessons at your own time and in your own convenience. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's no restrictions on when you can come and watch the live events. If you can't make a live event, they'll always be recorded for you to watch a little later. Yes. So yeah, going into play, like toying around with your body, like literally paying close attention to it. If the body wakes up and it's got aches and pains in it, that's a part of your body that's needing attention. It either needs movement, it needs nutrition, it needs rest, or it needs a recreation. The body's needs are very simple. Very simple. There's no unnecessary complexity to the body. There's no mystery to it. It's a simple organism that's designed to receive and respond to stimuli. And the stimuli can come from the external world or your internal world. And it's so much better when it comes from within you. So much of what you've been given by the world has really harmed your mind. There's a lot of damage done to people, but fortunately we got 2 billion people waking up. And that's one of the reasons they created these classes 7 years ago, so that people would have a place to awaken in a safe and meaningful environment. Hello from California. Hi. Sherry, good to see you again. Hi. I feel I caught feelings. Oh, hang on. I'm in a unique relationship with a guy older than me. Does he feel the same way about me? Well, you're asking me to enter into his field and tune into what his intentions are. I would ask you to consider the same, because if you have concerns, remember, if you have concerns, you have to evaluate, are your concerns based upon what's happened to you before? If what happened to you in relationships before was not pleasant, then a part of you may be expecting that again. Because a lot of people carry their memories forward and recreate their memories. A lot of people live in a past present. And again, we're just giving you snippets of what will happen over a 3-week period. But yeah, most people do not understand. If I tune into your energy, I'm actually getting that you're not sure about what this is for you. You're a little uncertain about this. Security, there are, yes, you may find the security you want, but I'm not sure that you're going to find the fulfillment you want. Security is one thing, fulfillment is another. And you really want to be with somebody that you love, that you have no doubt loves you, right? You want to really get to a place where you know you're loved and cherished, right? And it's not so much by what they say, it's more so what they do. So how is he treating you? I can ask you that because you know that, right? But I've been listening to this woman on YouTube lately. She's got a channel called Just Pearl. Very interesting woman. There's a lot of new men's advocates groups because the dating scene and the relationship scene has gotten very strange in the last 45 years. But if I tune into his energy again, it's going to depend upon your participation, because I feel from him he's not sure of you. Remember, there's a lot of women on the planet today that are just looking for security, looking for money, looking for safety. They're not looking for love anymore. Too many humans are getting caught up in materialism and not in values. And values are way more important than what you have. If you got great values, you'll always have a good life. If you have terrible values, you're going to have a difficult time. But yeah, if you're sincere, he will be sincere with you. That much I can tell you. That's about as far as I want to go into his field. I caught feelings for him, but does he see it that way too? No, you have to share it with him. You have to let people know so they know. I'm going to say this about women. Men cannot read your minds. You have to tell them, ask them. Ask the guy, tell the guy, I'm developing feelings for you. How do you feel about that? Ask him. Get his feedback. Don't guess. And don't guess about whether or not he is for you. Ask him. I'm developing feelings for you. Do you have any feelings for me? Will this go any further? Don't expect people, especially men, to read your minds. But you'll find your way to happiness much quicker. Your time, whether you're 18 years of age or you're 40 years of age, your time is very precious. Getting to know people requires that you learn how to feel their vibration, hear their vibration, and know their vibration so that you can tune into their energy. Save yourself a lot of time. Hi, how you doing? Good morning. I'm trying to catch up to the questions. There we go. Got it. Hello. Jasmine, waking up is so valuable in these times. Sending light and love to everyone. Love the way. Excuse me. So questions. I will, for you on TikTok, if you want to know more about our classes, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out our masterclass, 101 Awakening. You've only got 5 more days to register, and it will change your life. Again, what you get on these live shows is just little pieces of what can profoundly change your life forever. And again, don't waste your precious life. Learn to use all of your senses. Most people only use their body senses. You need to learn to open up your spiritual senses so you can sense and feel. And women particularly have very well developed emotional perception. It's because they're based in nurturing and caring. And particularly when you know how to read your energy, tuning your energy properly, you can create much better. And same with men. Men can actually read energy really, really well too, if they have the right training, right? But most men are conditioned to deal with the things of the outside world because men build the world, right? But yeah, you can learn very quickly. You can change your life in a very short time of space. Hi. Hello, Judy. 2 nights ago, I woke to an energy. I was seeing celestial visions and felt my throat and chakra also dizzy. What or who was that? You were being brought up to a higher level of learning and you were a little nervous about it. They tried to bring you up to a higher frequency, and your body and your mind got a little anxious and afraid. In your next meditation, Judy, let the mind and body stay out of the way and let yourself just experience what they present to you. Because the minute the mind and body get in the way, they start interpreting based on what they already know or remember. Because the mind and body either live in the past, or a past present, or a past future. Only you, the soul, can change how your body and mind live. Your body and mind cannot change themselves. They have to be influenced by either you, or you allow an influence to come upon them. But yeah, do that in your meditation. Yes, you will be opened up. That's what happened. They open your crown chakra up, but you got to get this energy and bring it right down to the root chakra. You got to bring the energy they put up here, draw it right down to your root chakra. That's another thing we do in Masterclass 101 Awakening. We introduce you to the different energy systems of the body, chakras, root chakras, different emotional nuances that you can produce, how to open up your energy centers, how to look at opening up your clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. Right? You need to learn those. You need to lose all of your faculties. Okay, I see. Bread makes me literally pass out. Yeah, I know bread, right? That's why I don't eat bread. It's like, pay attention to your body. Your body is incapable of lying to you. Your body, if your body is overweight and struggling, it's because it's telling you, I can't. You're giving me something. I can't carry it. Your body will never lie to you. Aches and pains are not random things. They're the body's communication system between it and you. And most people don't even understand that communication system. They're inconvenienced by it. The body gets an ache and a pain. You say, oh, I don't like that. I'll take an Advil. Most people want to stop their body from feeling, can't communicate to you. And then it gets sicker and sicker and sicker because you don't know how to listen. You have to learn to listen to your body. If you don't know how to listen to your body, it's going to get sick if you're ignoring it. You know, they did an experiment with cabbage leaves. In fact, I've done this experiment. You take 3 cabbage leaves and you put each cabbage leaf in a different room in your house. Just the leaf. One cabbage leaf, you go up to it and you give it love and praise. Beautiful cabbage. I love your shades of green. Oh, wow, you're such a wonder. Look at the life in you. Then ignore the second one and go to the third one and get hateful towards the third one. And watch the progression of these leaves. If you ignore one and hate that one and love the other, watch what happens. The one that dies ultimately is the one that's ignored, right? So when you start ignoring your body's needs, it dies. It starts to die. Aches and pains are good when you learn how to listen to the body. If you don't know how to listen to the body, then aches and pains will be an inconvenience to you. You'll take your Tylenol or whatever it is the hell you take that stop your pain. But all you're doing is ignoring your body. When you try to stop pain, you're telling your body, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't want to feel you. I don't care about you. That's what you do. Anytime your body is in pain, it's talking to you. Remember that. The body can only communicate to you in sensation and occasionally images. It can give you pictures of what it needs. You might be walking along, suddenly you're getting a picture of it. You're thinking about oranges all of a sudden. Your body's telling you something. Your body can only communicate to you on the level that it's at. And most people ignore it. They don't want to feel pain. So you want to ignore the body's pain? Well, there are consequences to that. If the body's not very healthy or well, only you can correct that. The body cannot correct itself. Your body cannot correct itself. It needs you to correct it because it's your servant, not your master. It will do everything in its power to get you to pay attention. Got an ache in my stomach, whatever it's got. I'm feeling low energy. The body's talking to you that it's got something that it doesn't need, or it needs something that it's not getting. That's the simplicity of the body. You're either giving it what it doesn't need, or you're giving it what it does need. And if you're giving it what it doesn't need, it's going to get unhappy. If you're giving it what it does need, it will improve. It's a very simple organism. The body is not a mysteriously uncomplicated instrument. Get rid of that idea that the body's a difficult, the body's hard to understand. The body is not hard to understand. It's a living organism that feels pleasure and pain. And that's how it communicates to you. You're not a physical body. You are a soul that has a body. I love you guys. I really want you to understand this. I just want you to receive this information as it appears to be true for you, to take in the truth as you understand it. Question everything that's said here through me, please. And at the same time, apply it, test it out. But your body will never, ever, 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 ever lie to you. It's incapable of doing that. You can train the body to be deceptive, but the body will not naturally be deceptive unless you've trained it that way. Right? That takes a lot of effort. Oh, you're very welcome, Drusilla. Hello, William. How to set boundaries in the mind. Thank you. understanding the mind. Now we're going into a very different subject, right? We do cover a segment of the mind in Masterclass 101, but our primary goal in 101 is to teach you to take command and authority over your body, to a degree over your mind, over your emotional energy. And when you take authority over them, you can literally recreate your life very easily and very, very rapidly, right? It's not that difficult. So boundaries in the mind, first you have to release the boundaries in the mind. The problem is too many people have the wrong boundaries in their mind. Please understand us when we say this. Many of you have the wrong boundaries in your mind. In fact, many of the boundaries in your mind were put there by those who would benefit from you having boundaries. Those that believe that profit from your suffering will put boundaries for suffering. Those who believe that they should be rich and you should be poor put boundaries in your mind for prosperity. Those that believe that they can benefit from your sickness and disease, they will put boundaries in your mind that give you sickness and disease. They will give you food that give you sickness and disease. You must learn to take conscious, deliberate, intentional authority over what you will allow your mind to think or receive from the world. Additionally, you should apply the same process to your physical body. That your physical body is like your mind, that what you put into it affects it, and that you can have autonomy and authority over that process. And we hope that you will. Your body is not a very complex organism. It's a very simple organism. It's just bigger than what you would call a single-celled organism, but it functions on the same basic principles of elimination and movement. They're fundamental things that are universal. But yes, boundaries. So the best way that we've been taught to teach others boundaries is through the practice of the meditations that happen in the master class. The ascended masters will do a 1 hour lesson and then up to a 1 hour meditation after that. And what we've observed is that people that go into learn the meditative process effectively, literally their lives change completely. Their bodies become calmer, they become healthier, their minds become clearer. They start to find their purposes. They move away from the confused life that they were living. Again, we've had people that were clinically depressed, clinically anxious, even considered psychosis, and they're breaking those things down through persistence and patience and focus. Because your mind and body, if your mind and body have been trained by the world, and most people's minds and bodies have been trained by the world, you've got to untrain that. So back to her statement about boundaries, there are some boundaries you need to put in your mind and boundaries you need to release from your mind, right? I felt some beings asking me for help, something to do with cocooning. They weren't asking you for help, Pamela. They're telling you that you need to cocoon with your body. You need to really get into a deep, profound, loving relationship with your body. Your body needs, yes, those deeper layer of muscles really need to be worked. You get inside. Like, there's things you can do, and where you can actually move the deeper layers of muscles in your body, that you can do that. You can move every part of your body, every joint, every ligament. Get the internal muscle system moving, especially the fascia system in the body, which is a universal system of body for communicating energy and information from the body, point A to point B, instantaneously or almost instantaneously. So yeah, every part of the body needs to be moved every which way it can to the maximum ability that you're able to do that. Thank you so much. Hi. I think we're all full here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, it takes one to know one, Maureen. Thank you so much. Oh, hello, Chipmunk. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it. I hope to be one day. I'm not great. Jesus is a great teacher. Buddha is a great teacher. Yogananda is a great teacher. From my perspective, I'm still more like an acolyte, if I can use that word, right? This lifetime is just the beginning for me of what's to come. I don't measure my life in terms of a single biological experience, and neither should you. But yeah, it's very fascinating. Danielle is asking, is the wedding vow until death separates you a false belief? Hang on, let's see if I can. There we go. Is the wedding vow until death separates you from a false belief intentionally? Again, there is no such thing as death. There's a transition from matter to energy, and that's what most people call death. But when an individualized soul comes into a body, like I'm in this body, my personality structure is called William, and that personality structure has been fashioned and formulated by both information from the environment, but also the information I've received from my guides and angels for the last 7 years, and the books I've read, and the people I've met, and the events that I've gone to and attended. All that's stored in here. But this structure of personality is not who I am. This structure of personality is the instrument through which I articulate the information that I've acquired from my many lifetimes and the encounters I've had with other beings. Well, hello there. Hello.
Hello.
Well,
How
hi.
are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing, darling?
I'm doing all right.
So where are you from, and what's your name?
I'm just in Ottawa. I'm not from Ottawa, and I'm from Quebec, but I moved here when I was really little. And yeah, so I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm just curious. You know, I'm a spiritual medium. Do you have any questions or considerations or that you'd like to ask or have?
Yeah, I wanted to know if you can connect with passed on pets.
Yes.
You can. Awesome. Yeah, I had to put mine down after 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I were to ask you to close your eyes and just feel the space around your body, and think of their name, and notice what happens around your body's energy when you do that.
Yes, I've been doing that, and I do feel some tingles, some goosebumps.
Good.
And I do feel her, but I always wonder if she has anything left.
No. What she's feeling is relief for you. She feels relief. She feels relief for you because she knows how hard the last year or so was with the process you guys were going through. Right. So now she feels that you are relieved of that burden of taking care of her. Yeah. But energetically, she's going to be around you for about another 6 months. The energy, she does want you to get another companion.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, she wants you to. Yeah, she wants you to. Right, but she'll hang around with you until you do.
Yeah, it'll be a little while, I think. I do have the cats, so I'm not alone, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it was different with her, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you can spend time, like when you feel those tingles and things, just let yourself be like, try to feel what she's trying to communicate to you from that sensation, which is that she loves you, she cares about you, and she's relieved that you're no longer having to carry the burden of her suffering anymore. And you can feel that from her. You know, we had a little Yorkie for 13 years, and when she passed on, she often comes up in the bed with us at night, and we can actually feel her there. She's not physically there, but we feel her energy there. And she's been doing that for about 5 years now. So it depends on you, but in your case, this one will be with you for about 6 months until you find one that you're happy with.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, darling. Thank you for calling, and thank you for coming in from Ottawa.
Thanks. I don't know how to exit.
There you go. Thank you. Great question. Yeah. You can understand when the physical body ceases to exist, that soul does not leave existence. They just leave the physical dimension. I need to really be clear on that for you guys. The physical body, when it ceases to exist, only allows the soul to move back into a state of energy. Without a physical body, there's no way to interact with this physical world unless you have the knowledge and ability to do so. But you can. Your body. So when someone you love ceases to exist, understand that what has happened is they're not in a physical dimension, but you can still tune into their energy. Right? Most people are used to perceiving with their eyes, their ears, their nose, their mouth. So you think that this is the only real world. It's only real to the body and to the senses. But when the body ceases to function, your energy is no longer physical. So you then move into a non-physical dimension of perception, and people can't physically see you because you don't have a physical body anymore, but you still exist as a soul. And you can learn to tune your energy into the energy of a soul, and not be trapped in only perception of the senses, because you have these other senses: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. And those senses allow you to perceive and apprehend the spiritual world, where you can communicate with Jesus or God or Buddha or your loved ones. These other faculties let you comprehend and apprehend the invisible world, right? And you live in an invisible world, whether you know it or not. Every time you look at your thoughts, you're looking at an invisible world. When you're looking at your thoughts, you're looking into an invisible world. You live in 4 different planes: the physical world, the energetic world of emotion, the mental world of thought, and the spiritual world of being, right? There's different levels of existence in which you live and move and have your being at the same time. You have a body, you have a mind, you have emotions, you have your soul. All right? Cool. Kimberly, I have had this feeling of renewal and new beginning in my life. I feel so excited and ready for the next chapter. Congratulations, Kimberly. I'm so happy for you. Susan Markey is saying, I'm having dizzy spells. What is this about? If I tune into your energy, what I want you, Susan, I want you to sit down. And anytime that dizzy spell comes up, I want you to sit down, and I want you to speak and think these words to that dizzy sensation. Only love may enter this space. Only love may leave this space. Anytime that dizziness comes up, make sure you sit down first. Feel the dizziness. Don't deny it. Don't ignore it. And simply communicate that thought. Only love may enter this space. Only love may leave this space. Because you're opening a gateway to different realms of information, which is starting to happen to a lot of people. This is what the awakening is all about. People are beginning to awaken to these other dimensions of information. And there's a high vibrational dimension, and there's a low vibrational dimension. A lot of people are getting caught up in the low vibrational dimensions, and a lot of people are waking up to the higher vibrational dimensions. In your case, Susan, you're opening up to a higher vibrational dimension. But making the statement, only love enters this space, is referring to the space of time that you're experiencing that dizziness in. Only love may leave this space. Again, you're establishing that only love may enter your space so that you can receive the projections of energy that you need in the frequency of love. Cool. Thank you so much, William. You're very welcome. I am staying at the Yogananda Ashram in December. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Yogananda is a really wonderful, wonderful being. I love his love and his compassion. He achieved the same level of the Godhead that Master Jesus did, and that probably won't be recognized for a number of years yet, because the teachings of Jesus were leveraged to enslave a large number of people, as equally as the purity of Christianity liberates people from evil, right? Because there's 2 branches of Christianity. There's the branch that was created to assert doctrine, dogma, authority, power, control, and fear on people. And then there's the true doctrine of Christianity, which is the way Jesus taught. And what Jesus taught was the truth about knowing God. And Yogananda teaches on that level as well. People will one day realize that. Buddha did the same thing, but he wasn't quite so overt about it. I am told psychics cannot see the future. That's a really great consideration. I'm not a psychic. I'm a spiritual medium. Occasionally I can get glimpses. But again, the future is dependent upon the creative process of all participants involved. In other words, to try and predict a future is at best a parlor trick. You have to understand that the dynamics of human collective and individual consciousness interplays in the function of creation as you commonly know it in this dimension. So there are many of you that believe in war, and of course you're creating manifestations of war. There's those of you that believe in love, and you're communicating manifestations of love. Understand that you are in a very, very unique position. Psychics cannot predict the future very accurately. Even Nostradamus, many of his predictions never came to pass because the conscious and unconscious human dynamics that are going on are ever changing, right? But you can say this, you can get into an idea that's so clear in your mind that there's an inevitable outcome. And this is what Jesus and Buddha and Yogananda taught. You get your mind focused in such a way that you can produce inevitable outcomes, or what you call, as you believe, so it shall be. So belief is a process of manifestation. And you can go deeply into that. You can go deeply into articulating a manifestation, but that's different than creating the future in one sense. But you can create outcomes for yourself that are very good, and you can create outcomes for yourself that are very bad. Everybody's creating. Nobody in this world cannot create. Psychics can predict the future with limited success. And it's not because there's anything wrong with them. They will improve. If you practice and practice and practice, you can get to the point where you can know the future, because you then start to tap into divine mind, which is all-knowing. If you tap into God's mind and you listen to God, it's an all-knowing consciousness that's in communion with all that is, and it will always be able to tell you the truth of what's going to happen. And it will always tell you how to change it, right? Because nothing is written in stone. Thank you for that. Thank you for that super sticker, Kimberly. Thank you, Drew. Do my guides think I should have biological kids? They're saying this is a question you must search for in your own heart. It's very important that your function of love must exceed your function for specialness. Your function of love must exceed your need for specialness if you wish to have children, as the function of parents thinking they're special for being parents is not necessarily a good way to be a parent. But your function of love must be intact. Your function of love must transcend your need to be special. Wow. That's a different answer. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Hi. How does one find out the name of their guides' names? Again, we teach people how to do this in our masterclass. There's actually a system of preparing your mind and your body so that you can perceive beyond your mind and body, because your guides and angels don't live in a physical dimension. At least most of them don't. The ones that don't live in a physical dimension, you have to learn how to shift your perceptual apparatus from matter to energy, from the physical to the non-physical. And you'll learn how to do that. Sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and sign up for Masterclass 101. We can only give a small snippet of the course here because it's a 3-week program. It's very deep and it's very intense, and it's way more than what people realize when they get in. It's very exciting. Always is. You're very welcome, Susan. Oh, you're welcome. Hello, Dana. Thank you so much. Hello. Do you think I've had some sort of gift at all? I feel it's something. I feel it's something that unsure, but you're not sure. Everyone has talent. You may have been raised in such a way that your talent was blocked or stopped. And I get that that's what's happened to you. You've had some events that have made you into thinking life is only a physical, mental experience. But you do, again, I'm hearing the word, giving me the words compassionate, the words compassion. You'd be very beneficent in communicating with people, like you understand the function of compassion in helping other people. That's what I'm getting for you. You have a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. Most people don't know it because you've been raised in systems of thought and education that block you from knowing it. You've been trained to think, feel, and believe that you're meant to serve others. Many of you are disconnected from your purpose. Please understand that. But you all have a purpose. To begin to differentiate yourself from the contents of your mind and the emotions that those contents produce will allow you to look in a different place, because there you're trying to find your purpose in what you already know. If your purpose was in your mind, you would already know it. Your purpose is not in your mind. What is in your mind, what you've been given by this world. So you must learn to get out of your mind to find your purpose, because you are your purpose. Your purpose is inside you. It's within you right now. You have a purpose, but you have to get out of the programming and conditioning that prevents you from seeing it. Your mind is like a blindfold over your soul's vision. It's time to awaken. Hello, Iris. What are red dots on my right ankle? Thank you, William. Thank you, Drusilla. I appreciate you moderating like that. Thank you so much. Again, what you put in your body can never lie to you. If you got symptoms in your body's telling you that it's either getting something it doesn't need, or it needs something it's not getting. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's something the body needs. Could be mental, by the way, because emotion will affect the body. So in addition to food and recreation, movement and nutrition, in addition to that, your emotions will feed your body too. Your body can be fed fear, it can be fed guilt, it can be fed love, it can be fed joy. You need to understand that your body is very, very simple. It's not a complex, difficult instrument to understand. It will never lie to you. So those markings on the ankle, I'm sorry, I'm just going into that. Yes. So there's some foundational things that you need to get back to doing, Iris. Evaluate, because remember, skin is the first place that the body will talking to you. Any sensation or anything you see on your body that disturbs you or upsets you is your body telling you that something's disturbing or upsetting it. So there's something you're either eating, you're not either resting properly, you're not exercising properly, you're not recreating properly, you're not having fun. Very important that you do that. Okay? Important you do that. So yes, everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Remember that. You do not come here without a reason. Question from Vertical. My friend's son is very excited to find the one fulfilling job, yet it takes a long time. Any advice from his guides? Continue to do the job with your joy, and your joy will begin to make the work light. Do the job with joy. Somebody else come back here and they're saying, make sure if you're excited, bring your excitement to your work. It will make the work become faster because the joy will make it so. I like that. It's really cool. Chris said he's created a prayer to God for his okay. I'm going to leave that for others to read if they want to. Okay. How do we guide our children to learn and love their spiritual, authentic selves? This is great because a lot of parents are imposing. It really upsets me. Really upsets me that so many parents impose their beliefs on their children and do not allow their children to grow into their beliefs. Reality is whatever you tell your children between ages 0 and ages 7, your children cannot differentiate the truth from what is not true unless you teach them that. So whatever you say with emotion, you teach your children, right? But the simple way is teach them to know themselves. Don't give them your political beliefs. Don't give them your beliefs about society. Don't give them your beliefs. Teach them to be good people. Teach them to be mindful, to be present, to meditate, to eat properly, to exercise, to play properly, to be respectful, to be kind. Teach them basic values. Teach your children basic values and teach them how to know themselves. Your child will reveal to you what they like. when they start crawling around, right, they'll start showing you what they're interested in. And it's still your responsibility to keep them from harming themselves. But your duty is still to be a space for them, to offer them the best knowledge and information you can without prejudicing them into believing one thing or another. Let them evaluate to the best of their ability, and then offer them your input. But a lot of parents are telling their children to be boys when they're girls and girls when there's a lot of really stupid shit being done to children right now, and it's got to be stopped, and it will be stopped. But yeah, the simplest way is teaching them to eat right, to walk right, to speak respectfully, to learn to listen, but also to learn to question. Children need to be taught how to question. Is this true? Is this not true? And children can only learn that if their parents learn that. And a lot of parents don't question what they've been taught. You know, people still call Donald Trump a misogynist, and yet he's put 3 women in the most powerful positions in the U.S. federal government. That certainly does not seem like a misogynist to me. So a lot of people are saying and believing things that they haven't even questioned. So if you're a parent, question your own beliefs. Is this really true? But children need truth, and they need love, and they need space to honor themselves. But teaching them meditation, teaching them nutrition, teaching them playtime, teaching them recreation, do things with your kids, right? You only get one shot to be a parent with that child. Right. I'm definitely compassionate. I'm extremely emotional and sensitive. Wonderful. Then you want to leverage that. Remember, sensitivity needs to be tempered with wisdom and knowledge. Sensitivity needs to be tempered with wisdom and knowledge, which you can get directly from your guides and angels. Because much of what people are getting in this world is difficult for a lot of people. But your guides and angels will never steer you wrong. What about me? What about my purpose? What am I good at? Hello, Brittany. Again, you are good at many things. You understand you're made in the image and likeness of a divine being. You are good at many things. What you're asking about again is, what is my purpose? Your purpose is to say and do and be the highest expression of love that's capable for you. In everything, do everything exceedingly well, to the best of your ability, and your purpose will come to the forefront very, very quickly, because there's many things that you can do well. Do not limit yourself. Many of you want to think, oh, I have a purpose. No, some of you have many purposes. Some of you have many purposes. To be a mother, to be a father, to be an artist, to be a dancer, to be a friend. You have many purposes that can delight and uplift and fulfill your life. Do not restrict yourself to a special task. There are many things that you may be capable of doing. And the wealthiest people in the world, from a financial perspective, generally tend to be very purposeful. They are not restricted or limited to one area of function. They have many. They have one area. They may have one dominant area, but they have many functions that are purposefully driven. Please understand that is the case, and that you have that too. You have that same divine ability to be multidimensional, multi-purposeful. Please do that. Don't waste any time. Right. Thank you so much. Hi. I feel like I'm disconnected from my purpose. That's because you probably are. But you're not, it's not separate from you. It's just you're stuck in your mind. Most people are blinded from their purpose by what you've been taught to believe. A lot of these riots and these Intifada and Black Lives Matter, these organizations were created because there are people that do not have a purpose in their life. So somebody gives them a purpose. Here, you do this and you'll feel good. And they find meaning and purpose in that. But that's not what you're not here to. Your purpose is not to hate. Your purpose is to create. Your purpose isn't to hate. Your purpose is to create. Okay, keep that in mind. Hello, Drusilla. I'm glad you feel better. I'm really glad you feel better on the live. I love having you here. I love all of you guys. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for the hearts. Thank you for tapping the screen. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow. I think I'm 20 years late in doing the formaldehyde class action suit. I don't know. I have no idea about that. It's never too late, and you should believe it is. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. I'm just seeing what's going on here. Let's see what we got here. Just scrolling through, having a beautiful day. Yes. Yes. I'm just going through the questions. Okay, I think we're all done today, folks. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out. I'm looking forward to seeing TikTok. I'll be back on at 7 p.m. tonight. Come out and join us. We'll do healing. We will do share channeled information. We will bring some of you on if you want to come on and go through a process of correction and healing in the best way. Perhaps you bring your guides and angels through for you tonight, or you can bring something for us. Have yourself a wonderful, a joyful day. I will see all of you guys on TikTok anyway at 7 p.m. this evening. YouTube and Patreon family, you'll be receiving the Patreon information for our live event tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye for now, everybody. Have a wonderful, joyful, and a blessed day. Remember, at the foundation of everything you believe about yourself, the one thing that is absolutely true is that you are love. Thank you for your support. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.